And we're live. Welcome to A Nice Place to Brew. I'm Jason.
And I'm George.
Good evening, everyone. Today is Thursday, September 17th. We do the webcast every Thursday here at 6 p.m. Central Time, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Our shows are broadcasted live across Facebook and YouTube. Our YouTube page has all of our past episodes. We also do a podcast under the same name, A Nice Place to Brew, that's available on all the podcasting platforms. Our social media links are A Nice Place to Brew and Nice Place to Brew, and our website is www.aniceplacetobrew.com. How is everybody?
I'm
Doing
good.
all right.
How are you guys?
Good. Welcome back, George. I know last week was a headache and a half, technology-wise.
Oh my! I couldn't do anything, and I'll tell you what, it is sketchy tonight too.
Boy!
I was never more proud, never more happier to see construction than when I saw them laying fiber down the street, and I saw little orange tick marks where they're gonna lay it through my yard. So
okay,
hopefully soon I'll
I
have fiber at the house.
we knew that was in the plans. We didn't know how quickly. So that's the work is being done.
Yeah.
Huh? Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Great news.
Yeah, they're laying the
Great to
fiber
hear.
now.
Cool.
Yeah.
What I saw some sips being taken. What's everybody enjoying tonight?
I'm just drinking some freshly canned West Park IPA from Elder Brewing Company. What are you guys drinking?
Maduro Brown Ale.
Oh,
that's Cigar City
in Florida.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty good.
Me, just a hot butcher. And
Surprise, surprise.
Hold on.
You okay
I
over
lost my headphones. Sorry. Here's where I was going here. I didn't expect to say this for a long time, and I guess I haven't for a long time. But my beer volume at the house has gotten to a low point, and I kind of feel good about that because we're in the change of seasons right now, so that can prompt me to go and buy the dark beers, the stouts, porters, and seasonals that I enjoy very much. Now the summer months are kind of if not reached a close, quickly approaching a close. So I guess that probably means in the next week or so, I'm probably going to go invade my local liquor store and come back with a pretty rich variety of craft beers. So looking forward to that. In the meantime, these beers will do just fine.
All right. I just talked to John. He forgot about tonight. So he's at Goose Island right now. I told him to jump on.
Yeah, just turn on your phone.
Yeah, just jump on your phone. Yeah. I did just tell him that. So
yeah,
like, I've been doing that, and we all get that. We get it. So
okay.
I mean,
this seems like a very appropriate setting to raise a glass and say cheers to our good friend Sean McTiggy from Mad Hatchet Brewing Company, who is 37 years young today. Cheers to you, brother.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday, Sean. I can give you that. So, I got to say something, Jason. I was very proud of the peanut gallery today. When I was
canning it, let's talk about that.
They did a brew day without me. On the
very first.
The very first one without me. So, I got a kick out of that. Like, I get they sent me some text and they couldn't figure out the water volume, and I went and I did, I figured it out for them. And I'm in the middle of canning, and all of a sudden, I better call them. They better not be burning down my brew rig that I just built.
Look who just joined us.
Ah, yes, John.
What? Oh, John, you are the man. Paulie says call in from Goose Island, and here you are. I love it. You're on mute, buddy.
John,
You're on mute, buddy.
You're on mute.
Still on mute.
Oh, we got 2 George now. All right, I'm gonna text him on mute.
There you are.
Oh, hi, John.
No, it's not.
He can
What's
hear us,
going
but we
on?
can't hear him.
Yeah, I saw his sign flip. Why can we not hear him?
I know. He's wearing a Great Dane shirt too. I'm jealous. Madison, Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Oh,
Try
it's back on.
Try
Turn
one
it
more
off, John.
time, John. Yeah.
No, speak.
Nothing.
Nope.
Oh
Nothing.
man.
Technical difficulty night all around.
Technical difficulties show.
Wow.
No, he's back on mute. I see you. Oh,
He's
speak.
flipping on and off, on and off.
I think he
What else
keeps
could
hitting
it
the
be?
button. God,
No.
can you hear us? No, can't hear you. Hi. What's going on?
What?
Back off.
Man. Unmute. Their mic isn't connected. What?
Oh, I don't think it. Hey, John, relog in. That might be what it is. He may have not allowed the microphone. Oh,
Now,
Yes.
no,
Yes.
oh, John! How are you?
We did it.
no, my phone shut down. My phone is shutting down. I'm gonna go away. Bye. Sorry.
Oh no.
It's okay. Oh, he's shutting down.
Yeah.
He's dead.
Yeah. It'd be awesome if he comes back. If not, we understand. That was wow. That was amazing. Paulie says call in from Goose Island, and less than a minute later, here he is. I love that. You're the man, dude.
Yeah, that's good.
All right.
That's good.
So let's go back to the peanut gallery. So
Oh,
Paulie, you are seeing kind of the emergence of all the knowledge that you've passed on to the peanut gallery.
yes. Yes.
Yeah.
They did everything right. Their gravity was a little low, but I wasn't here. I don't know if I don't know where their temperatures were. I don't, they had a couple things they didn't, that I was like, no, you need to do this. Their efficiency was way down. So it might be a high mash temperature or something like that. So
Could be too much water too.
too much water. Yeah. It could be a lot of things. Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
But for the fact that they made a beer without me,
Mhm.
and they got some kind of an OG. It might only be like a 3 or 4% beer, but whatever. You did it on your own. I was not here telling you what to do, and that's what I was going to do.
That's awesome. Did you get any emergency phone calls with panicking people being like, Paulie, I don't know what to do. Help.
No. I did not.
Okay.
The only one phone call I got was they couldn't figure out the water volumes for like the mash and sparge and all that. And they're sending me pictures. I'm like, you're on the wrong part. And they sent it to me like, okay, yeah, this, and this. So they at least did it. Maybe they did too much water. Who knows?
Yeah.
I wasn't here to watch them and babysit them. So, but they did it, and I'm proud of them. It was kind of funny because they were talking about my counterflow chiller. Because we've been so hot for a while, I asked him about the pre-chiller, and he's like, I don't know, and I kind of told him. He sent me a picture, and they set it up. I was like, all right, coming out at even 70 degrees, good. Now we just got to figure out the other stuff. But that's what people do. You got to learn by your mistakes.
No question. There's something very satisfying about seeing all that knowledge just pass to other people and just watching, new knowledge blossom from that and new skills that people take from that. That's what drives a lot of people to, teach and be professors and instructors and things like that and it's a very good feeling. George probably feels like that every time I call him in a panic.
Yeah.
Most of the time, it's just reminding you that you actually know what you're doing, and
Yeah,
And-
that's
yeah,
there's elements of that. I agree.
yeah.
So thank you again, Jason, for the Oktoberfest. Everybody's loved them so far. So
Yeah.
and actually, Scott and George will be getting snow globes here eventually soon of a new porter I just did. Like when I
It's
started
good
doing
too.
when I started doing my brewing again, a friend of mine asked for a porter, and so I did a porter. And it was actually pretty. You liked it. I was actually kind of impressed with it.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think it might be a little overcarved, but whatever. We can adjust that. So
Yeah. I don't, you know what? I don't, maybe I'm just weird, but like, I think that extra head, that comes from the added carbonation usually lends nicely to most beers, in my opinion.
yes.
There are a lot of people that disagree, but that's my take on it.
Well, you get the aromatic out of it. I mean, of all the
Mhm.
roast, you can smell the roastiness of it.
Yeah.
So-
Yeah.
And I did think it was kind of funny. I woke up this morning. I was getting ready to leave to go do the job that I had for the day, and both of our sample glasses were sitting on the front porch. I had to make sure I brought them back in the house.
We had a good time last night. No
did.
doubt.
Uh, yeah, it was fun. But so what we should do when I get the Schwartz recipe, let's do that again with no chill and spunding.
I'm in.
All right.
Yeah, absolutely.
I got a request from someone, so let's do it that way. It would be great. I think it
Okay.
would be.
Done. You got it.
Done deal. We
Cool.
might have to. Yeah. I think I've been brewing crazy. It's weird that I didn't brew this week. I'm doing other beer related things, so we'll
Right.
see what happens.
There you go.
I've
George.
been very
Did you pop open your snow globes?
Yes. I have not yet. No.
Okay. Are you
Go.
waiting for today's show?
I was, but I'm reluctant to, considering the troubles that I've been having. But maybe I should go grab. Which one did you say was the Oktoberfest?
That was the silver cap.
All right, let me go grab that and
Cool.
we'll break that open and see what we're doing.
We'll do a rain dance and to keep the technology flowing. Yeah, right. This is how we keep things working.
Yeah, we did gotta keep it flowing. I mean, I need a beer, but I'm waiting for George to come back so I can go get the said beer. Oh yeah, so beer wise, did I tell you about the? Actually, Hailstorm is losing their head brewer. Did you hear about that?
That's not something we talked about last night. Or is there?
It is kind of maybe I didn't say exactly why.
Yeah. Okay. You mentioned said brewer from other location was taking a job at Hailstorm
Because
came
the
as-
head brewer,
Yeah. Okay.
the head brewer is going to Colorado now. Going to
Oh,
Denver
that's
to
right.
work for a
That's
Denver-
right. That did come up. All right. I hear it popped open.
All right. Yep. USS
All right, I'm gonna
Enterprise,
go get-
give me strength.
All right, man. Have at it.
Fucking Trekkie.
Hey, I'll carry that with pride.
I'm okay with it, George.
All right. Nice
Yeah.
color.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice clarity.
Yeah. Carbonation held up relatively well.
It's a little light, but that's all right.
Yeah. Yeah. The trip across state lines tends to do that.
Yeah. Yeah. What is it? 0.3 vols per state traveled.
I'd love to hear a number to that if there is such a thing.
No, it's got a lot of really good malty caramel notes to it.
Yeah.
Very clean. I'm not detecting any off flavors in it.
Yeah.
I
Thank
assume
you.
you put some extra carbonation on it after the pressure fermenting.
Yes. Yeah, the pressure fermenting didn't get it all the way.
Which is odd because you think if yours was like off the scale in pressure, it would have carbonated.
One would think, because if you're using a spunning valve properly, you want to set it, between like 8 and 12 psi, whichever your preference is. I was well off the scale of 15, like the entire fermentation time. So yes, if there was ever a beer, you would think, oh wow, that process took care of it, for you. This would be the one. Well, it didn't.
You'd think, right?
Yeah, and that's why, like, I'm not giving a ringing endorsement to this spunding concept.
Yeah, I'm willing to try it again. I'm still kind of dialing mine in a little bit, but I'm going to be sending you some snow globes of that. I'm waiting for it to kind of settle out, and I'm a little concerned there might be some off flavor into it, but I'm still trying to figure out if that's the case or not.
Okay.
Yeah, but yours turned out pretty well. I mean, especially considering the troubles you had with the.
Yeah. We're just dropping off, but thank you for the kind words. We'll see if the BJCP judges agree, and I'm very hopeful that they will. This beer is being judged within the next couple weeks, George. So we'll see if the judges
in the
agree.
boss competition or
No, Oktoberfest.
Yeah.
From Brick Brew Club.
okay.
Yeah, I'm glad you enjoy it. I mean, I've had the guest we had last week, Brian. I brought a bottle off to him this week, and he liked it.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah,
I think we figured your spawning valve out. We worked with that thing a little bit on Sunday.
Yeah,
I think we figured that out.
Well, we'll have to do like we just talked about earlier. We got the next project, and we'll use it for that.
Yeah. Oh, really, Sean? Are you watching? You're calling Bitterman a chump. Whatever.
He said, "What a champ!" What are you talking? That John, what a champ.
Okay, I saw. Yeah,
you said chump.
My bad. Sorry, guys.
Paulie's here trying to stir some crap up.
Yeah. Stirring the pot.
I'm not
stirring the pot. Exactly.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Oh, sorry, guys.
Too much pot.
Yeah, it's probably like Uncle Rick said. Probably too much pot.
No, different kind.
They could be mixed into both. You never know me. So George, how you been? What have you been brewing? I know you said you did that Oktoberfest. You been brewing anything else?
I did. Honestly,
no.
All right. No hot shot.
No, I was just asked for I want to slam or no. I've tried that before. It's too fucking.
I'm not a fan. Yeah,
No.
I know there's people that do that greatly enjoy their, pre-fermented and pre-carbonated wort. Yeah, no.
No, I tried it. And no, it just tastes like sugar or water to me.
Yeah. George, you left off and talk about Oktoberfest.
To answer your question, Polly, no, I haven't been doing much brewing. I have been experimenting with different water combinations for the sparkling water, and that's been going well. But I haven't. I need to get out and do some brewing.
I know. like as you can tell, I've been on a rampage for the past 4 weeks.
Yeah.
It feels good. It really does. And
Hey, Polly, there's homebrew here if you want some.
oh yeah, that's right. I was just reminded there's homebrew. So my next beer, I might have to go in the other side of the garage and get the homebrew that I helped these guys brew at their house. From the said rampage that I've been going on. I mean, I've brewed I brewed 6 batches in 4 weeks, and here we are on week 5, and Uncle Rick's one ahead of me. I'm gonna have to come over here, and I gotta get over here and brew something on his rig, so I have to at least be even with this guy.
Well, isn't Uncle Rick retired?
Oh, he is.
Yes, he's got more time on his hands.
Yeah, he does. I mean, he knows he can't be brewing every day because then every other day that he's not brewing, he's got to do this, and this. I mean, I remember back during the recession, like when I got into brewing because I wanted to do it for a profession, and I had a roommate at the time, and we were both into it for like 6 months, almost a year. We were brewing at least 1 to 2 times a week. Every other day that we were not brewing, we were kegging, secondary, and dry hop. We had something going on each day. I mean, it was kind of funny because I looked into the whole homebrew laws, and like we had to scale back for a few weeks because we were about ready to technically be over the limit for being able.
That's right. Yeah, there is a certain volume line.
There is.
Yeah.
And you got to be brewing pretty aggressively on a homebrew scale to hit it. But
for sure. Yeah. I want to say it's like 250 gallons a year. Well, maybe I shouldn't even guess. We can look that up and find it.
So 10 years
I think it's more than that.
It is? Okay.
10 years ago, 10 years ago when I looked into it, it was 100 gallons. And we were doing it was 10 years ago. It was 100 gallons.
So that's 2 batches a month.
And we were
2 5-gallon batches a month.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. That's
Jason. That one. If that's still the case in that 1 year, we may have breached that. We were brewing 10-gallon batches each month.
Well, it is what it is.
I don't know. I don't know if we maintained the 10-gallon rate when we went to that. Like we kept our monthly schedule. That we definitely did. I don't know if we maintained 10 gallons all the way through that.
Oh yeah, we definitely did more than 60 though.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, absolutely.
It was just kind of funny because, like, you know, when you look into like the whole home brewing laws, I mean, if you think about it, home brewing's only been technically legal for 40 years. And you think about all the home brewers that have gone pro out here, Larry Bell, guy from Lagunitas, I can't think of his name off the top of my head, Jim Cook, the guy from Anchor Brewing Company. They're all home brewers. And this is what they did. Yeah. So it's just kind of cool.
Okay, so guys, I just looked up the law. It's, if you want to look it up, it's 235 Illinois CS 5/6-36 is what speaks to this. And the homebrewed alcoholic beverages annual production of up to 100 gallons for a household with 1 resident of 21 years or older, or up to 200 gallons for a household of 2 or more residents of 21 years or older.
Okay, that makes sense. That does, because I think I'm going to do like a 1 resident thing.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
So going back to the episode a couple weeks ago with Bill George, so they pretty much hit the legal limit just with their weekly brewing schedule over a calendar year.
With the two of them,
you just consider it one household, yes.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
They live in 2 different places.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Ooh.
So because you and I, so 2 people, Hannah and I were living there, so that's 200 gallons. You were living by yourself, so that's 100 gallons. So
I really liked where he was going too. Oh,
I know. I actually was.
yeah.
I was loving hearing what was going on.
George, we were loving where you were going so much.
So technically, we could have done 300 gallons.
with a household of 2 plus a single person me. Yeah, you're right. Yeah,
Right.
300.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then on top of that, Jason, you could be doing 100 gallons at your house. So you could do.
Well,
400
no,
gallons.
that's
No. I mean,
no.
between 2
because
households.
it'd be the 100.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I
Yeah.
get that. Well,
Yeah, and pretty soon that'll be 400 gallons if certain plans come through for you. Huh?
It's not a matter of if, it's only when. Yes, it's absolutely coming together.
Oh, yeah.
So
it's coming together.
wow.
You know?
Okay, so the pluses of being married is you can double your your home brewing volume.
Well, okay, so that's one reason
motivation
to
be
get
married.
married.
I hope Candy's
It's like
watching.
the old-
She will love this.
It's like the old joke if you're a gay man and you always look for another gay man that is your same size and clothes because then you've doubled your wardrobe. So it's it's the same thing but just for homebrew.
All right, I gotta make sure if I ever find a wife, she's a home brewer too.
Yes.
And we can do it together.
There
That's
you
my
go.
goal.
There you go.
My new goal.
Yeah. New goal.
All right.
Tonight.
You put it out into the universe, Polly. It's now a thing. Well, I was in preparation for tonight's show because John Bitterman was going to be our guest. John has been on a past show of ours. John is a beer assortment collector and also a beer and brewery historian, covering the greater Illinois and specifically Joliet area. John is has an amazing wealth of knowledge on the history of Illinois and breweries and beer. And that episode, I can't remember the date offhand. It was in early June. It's in our past archive of webcast shows. It's well worth going back to. John is a really, really smart, knowledgeable, and fun to listen to, guys. So when you have a chance, listen back to that episode. But one of the things that we had talked about on that episode, and I was listening back earlier today, is the laws around homebrewing, which we're talking about right now. And we were reminded from an earlier broadcast that it was only this year that the last U.S. state enacted that they were legalizing homebrewing.
This year?
This year.
Is that
Who
right?
was the last?
Yes. Mississippi.
I think the last one I think was Mississippi, but I thought
Yeah.
it was a few years ago. Yeah, it might be.
So,
Yeah.
I remember Alabama being one of the last ones to hold out. Like this is
That's
probably
probably true. Yeah.
5 or 6 years ago, they were the last one to hold out, and then I could totally see Mississippi being the last one to hold out. I could see it.
Yeah. So it's one of those things that you just. I mean, it's something that for us is so simple. Yes, we make beer in our houses. Who cares?
Right?
There's
Who cares? Yeah.
there's a volume around there's a whole legal landscape around that, which gets tangled up in multiple levels. There's city laws, county laws, state laws, and last there's federal laws, and the way it all comes together is very odd sometimes.
And there's a lot of hoops to jump through to be able to do it legally. And
Yeah.
stuff legally.
Yeah, exactly.
It really is.
And it took a long time to get to the fair place we're at right now, where you can at least legally make your own beer in every state, which I think we're all on board that's very much where we want, where we should be. And, hey, what's more American than making your own beer? Something we can all get on board with. So,
Yeah.
But
There's an argument to be made for making your own whiskey, but yes, I understand. That might be
No.
more American.
yeah, that is
But
yeah.
Oh,
Growing your own vegetables.
growing your own vegetables too. Yeah, we will grow our own vegetables here.
yeah, vegetables. Yeah.
Yep.
Not going there.
Oh, at least in my state, it's legal. So
Yeah.
The tide is changing on that subject. I think we all
It
I think
is.
we all realize it.
we all agree. Actually, hey Rick, you want to sit down and talk to these guys about your brew day?
You know,
That'd be great.
while he's doing that, you know, they could legalize growing your own marijuana in at your house, and I still would be fine because I can't grow shit. So there's no way that I could grow it to be able to.
Oh, that's classic. Oh, that's great. All right, Rick, jump on in.
Do you have a bomb?
And do I have a what? Oh, yes, I do. Absolutely. Yeah, we tried planting a vegetable garden, and it did not work out well. We got lettuce. Lettuce came well, but everything else not so much.
My wife.
Did the animals have something to do with that, or it just didn't come together?
Just didn't grow. Yeah,
Really?
I mean, like the
Wow.
plants grew, but it didn't fruit. There was no fruit that came from it. So,
Wow.
Yeah.
We always grow tomatoes and a couple of hot peppers.
Yeah, I got like a 5-foot tomato plant with no fruit on it. It's
No
weird.
fruit? Do you have just
Yeah.
one? Maybe
A
it's lonely.
5-foot tomato plant with no fruit.
If you have just one, maybe it's lonely.
Maybe it's lonely. Maybe. I don't know.
I mean, is that a soil issue or a nutrients
a little wine
issue?
or something.
Yeah. So anyway, tell us about this brew day.
Well, went without Polly and didn't go too bad. This is the
Okay.
first one without Polly. We only almost blew up once, and the OG is it looks like it's going to be a low ABV beer. Probably recirculated too much or something. I'm not sure. But anyway,
Okay.
I think it's going to end up being beer, and we'll see.
All right.
What kind was it?
But I like the Mosaic Promise, so it's sort of a clone of that.
Okay.
And
Okay.
it's a good, I think anyway, because I really like it, and a lot of people I know like it, and it's almost like a good entry craft entry beer sort of to people, but it's also simple. It's a smash, So I thought that's like a really good place to try to focus on making that repeatedly, consistently, and try other stuff too. But that'll be like sort of a base thing for my beer education, I guess you call it.
So what did the OG come out to?
1034.
1034.
Okay.
1034. So Jason, assuming like a 1009, what would that come out to? You could
4.
do that in your head.
About
Typically.
4%.
4?
Yeah, maybe
Okay.
a little
So
higher.
it'll be a little lighter.
4.2, 4.3.
It'll be
Yeah.
to be a 4.2, I think.
Yeah.
But hopefully it takes.
Okay.
That's the main thing.
That's
Just to
me.
throw this out there, Uncle
Yeah.
Rick, one thing that you could have done if you weren't satisfied with that gravity reading is you could have kept boiling. And as
Yeah.
you keep boiling, the liquid will go down and that sugar concentration will be deeper.
Mm.
So
Or
just,
throwing some DME in the boil too.
that's true also. Yeah.
I'm learning.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you take a post mash?
Post mash.
Post mash reading, like to see what your pre-boil. That's the word I was trying to think of.
No,
Pre-boil. Okay, that can sometimes give you a good benchmark if you're going to be a little low.
Oh.
Yeah. Highly
Yeah.
recommend that for future projects.
So, Jason, when you went to the Nick and Ivy, what did you think?
I was impressed. The brew setup that they have there, which I think was described to me just in conversation with you, me, and Polly.
Yeah.
it was completely different than what I had pictured that to be. And George, just teasing a future episode because it sounds like the owner will be joining us for a show in the next few weeks.
Okay.
Commercial level brew in a bag.
And
Commercial level brew in a bag. Okay.
Yes.
That's interesting.
Yes. And
beer's not bad.
no, it's not at all. They have a Belgian ale on their menu that I was really impressed with. I would say not real strong on the Belgian characters, but the malt characters of that beer was really good.
Yeah.
I would go back and drink more of that.
All right.
I wonder if the boil in a bag thing, if that's gonna like impart different flavors, you know.
I just
I don't know.
I wonder if any beers will be slightly different because by the method, would that matter? Do you think?
all right.
It's all pre-boil,
It
so I would think
shouldn't.
probably not. I
Yeah,
think
it shouldn't.
any of those off flavors is probably going to come out during the boil. I would think.
Yeah.
Or do you agree?
I would. The only thing I would worry about, especially at that level, is efficiency. So I'd be super curious to talk to them about how they're handling that.
Yeah.
But as far as like off flavors or different flavors, shouldn't be. Because again, Jason, you're right. All the flavors and off flavors tend to happen during or after the boil. So, yeah.
I think personally, lately I'd agree with the owner, Paul. I'm sure you talked to him, right?
Yep.
That red they have is really good. That's a good red.
Yeah. I'll have to go back and have that one. I didn't try it.
Oh,
Yeah, because I was drinking that when you were drinking the Belgian.
Yeah.
What'd you think, Paulie?
I thought it was good. It was good. I mean, for what it is, I mean, like, all right, let me jump in here. My whole thing with the brew in the bag, like, I thought it was awesome that they were doing it. And I kind of went into every beer, like, all right, what's going on here? And I tried them. I had like I was telling Jason, my arguments were very small and minuscule. Like, I tried their Pilsner. I thought it could be a little bit hoppier. That's minuscule. It's not crystal clear. That's minuscule. But that flavor was there, and that's all I cared about.
Mm-hmm.
That makes any kind of sense. And that's like, to me, that's a brand new brewer. Like, actually, after talking to Paul last night, the brewer is a home brewer trying to go pro. And this is what he's pulling off, what he has to work with. And I'm not judging that. And I think Jason agreed, after what we tried, it's very drinkable. Is it a bomb? No, but I'll go back there and drink it again.
Yeah. Yeah. They're in a nice space. They're in a nice space in a pretty good area. Yeah. So, I mean, there's a lot to like about it.
And there's going to be another brewery right across the street from them, though.
Yeah,
too.
it's under construction right now. Literally, like
Okay.
stone throws away from the place.
No, when you're sitting.
Well, when you get cut off there, you can just go across the street.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what they're thinking
Yeah.
of. Once they overserve on the other
All right.
side, just run over here and finish the night.
Okay, any BASA certified person would be like, no, what the hell's going on here? This is not a beer festival. Move on. Get the hell out of here.
Well, I do have two reports from the field. If you guys are up for that.
Go ahead.
I got two breweries that I've been to recently. One was called Barking Rose, and it is there's a guy that had a brewery up in Northern Virginia called Forged, and his wife unfortunately passed away, and he decided to get out of the area, and the lease for Forged was up, so he decided to shut that down and kind of start over. He moved the equipment down closer to my area and built a building around it, and then opened up Barking Rose. And some of the old Forged recipes are on there, but much to my enjoyment, there was an entire middle section of the menu that was just Belgian beers.
Ooh.
And so I tried that. And it was a pretty solid Belgian blonde that I got there, and I definitely would go back. It's on a farm, and it's just got a bunch of picnic tables out there, big building, and Adirondack chairs out on the. So it's got really good atmosphere, and the beer was really good too. So. And then the other one we went to was 1781 Brewing up here. And it was...
Pause. Let's see if I understand the linkage properly. 1781. That was the year the Revolutionary War ended, wasn't it?
That sounds familiar, yes.
Yeah. Is that where the name comes from?
Honestly, I'm not sure, but next time I go, I'll ask about that.
Okay.
So this was a massive farm setup, and we were there, and we got our beer, and we went down to this area. It's this 21 and over area. They with a koi pond in there, and you walk around, and it's just this nice area with these tables and everything. And funnily enough, we were going there, and we were meeting a preacher about something. So the snarky part of my brain caused me to order a Belgian Abbey ale while we were there to drink while I was talking to him, which also quite good. And they had a couple other Belgians in there too. And it's solidifying in my brain that if and when I open a brewery, Belgian style beers are going to be featured prominently.
Prominently. All right. I like that.
Prominently. Yes. And so anyway, we're sitting there. This koi pond, we're like the only people that are back there just talking about stuff. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, 6 dogs get like released from the house and just come over. And they were the friendliest. One was a standard poodle, and the other ones were these big white dogs. And they come over and they're like, just, pet us and everything. So-
No.
Oh, we lost it.
I tell you, I was wrong. 1781 was not the year the Revolutionary War ended. It was 1783. It was off by 2 years. Crap.
Okay.
All right.
So go on about these dogs. I mean,
am I back?
Going on this one, so
yeah.
I got a funny dog story I can tell today about this year. So.
All right.
Here we go.
Can you guys hear me?
Oh.
Come on.
I could. Hello? Hear me now, George?
Hello?
All right. Face your dog story. Dogs come running out.
Okay, so anyway, they came running out, and this one dog...
I don't have a dog story.
The whole night...
What are you doing,
was
Uncle Rick?
A tennis ball in my lap so I could
It looked
throw
like you're ready for
him.
business.
Sorry. George, continue.
That's all right. There's really not much left to it. This dog kept dropping a tennis ball in my lap to throw the whole night, but that was a lot of fun. But both places were really nice, good quality. Can you guys hear me?
I can hear you.
Oh, good quality beer. Yeah, good quality beer, and I would definitely go back. So, Barking Rose and 1781 in the outside the Fredericksburg area.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to go down. I'm gonna have to go down to Appalachia again because I went to South Carolina one time, but went to no breweries. But this was like 15 years ago, so nowhere near the breweries that we have now. So I would love to go to I've always heard. Have you been in any of these mountain breweries where you come up and it's on the side of a mountain or anything?
Oh yeah. Yeah, those are gorgeous.
Where you're sitting in the tap room and you're overlooking the Appalachian or Smoky Mountains. I'm gonna do a free plug here. I was gonna do this with John, but Scratch Brewing out of Southern Illinois. They're in the middle of the Shawnee National Forest, and they do a bunch of adjunct beers. I was telling Jason about this the other day. So all their adjunct beers, they're actually going into the national forest and foraging, and then putting them in their beer. I think that's pretty.
I have a book they wrote about foraged beer recipes.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I have that. So on my homebrew bookshelf.
Yeah, because I saw them about like 4 or 5 years ago down there. Oh, we were losing Jason.
Yeah, so I mean, yeah, I know, right? What's that about? I thought I had the crappy connection. So we're, when you're talking about like those brewers with wonderful views and everything, the one of the most gorgeous ones I saw was I was over in Iceland at a brewery, and it just looked out over the glacier. And it was still wintertime, so it was still covered in, everything was still covered in snow and whatnot. And oh man, that was gorgeous.
Oh yeah, like I've been to a couple in Colorado. A few years ago, I went to GABF because I've been a big fan of the Great Taste of the Midwest, and that's my personal favorite one. And I'm like, oh, let's just go to GABF one night. I walked into the Great American Beer Festival, and imagine walking into a place like McCormick Place, and a beer festival with every brewery around the country in it. Yeah, I was kind of like, what is going on here? And we did a focus. We did a focus of like sour ales and sour stuff because that's what we were into at the time. And I remember I was looking at the time, and I'm like, we have an hour and a half left. I am nowhere near as drunk as I should be. So we started going to like breweries. I remember going to one brewery. There was nobody there. I'm like, let me try that one. Let me try that one. Because they only give you like 1 ounce. It's literally just a shot. Right. I went all the way down the road. I'm like, all right, can I get a full pour of the third one? And they filled my full glass up, and I went off and moved on elsewhere. I mean, the whole beer festival thing it's a lot of fun. I'm sure we've all been to them. So
it is,
of course.
Yeah. Hey, Jason, I want to make sure that I'm not alienating you because obviously you're opening this brewery with me, and Paulie, you're more than welcome to come to Virginia and help out.
Wait a minute, I got to relocate over to Virginia.
Absolutely, yeah, you got to come this way. It's a lot easier, trust me. And
there you go, Paulie.
So
you guys are
what's up?
They're teasing me. All right,
threatening you with a good time. So I don't want to alienate you, Jason, and I've got an idea for a beer that I think I want to try to make. I want to try to make a Belgian stout.
Ooh.
But I'm wondering how well that's going to play. Now, I know that chocolate banana works really well as flavor, so I'm wondering if I were to use.
Damn it!
All right, let's keep running with this. This is a very interesting idea.
Okay.
Belgian stout.
Belgian stout.
I've never tasted that, and I'm not sure I've ever seen one before. So this is a very interesting idea.
Yeah, I'm playing off the chocolate notes of a stout with the banana notes of a Belgian yeast, and wondering if they'll play well together.
All
so
right.
chocolate malt to darken the beer.
To darken, yeah, and maybe even some cocoa nibs to get the full chocolate flavor in there.
I would not use coffee. I'm not playing around with coffee in this.
Coffee.
No.
So I've actually tried to do this once before. We tried doing it's a chocolate banana stout, so we did a dark thing, but we used Hefeweizen to get the banana flavor out of it. So we did like a chocolate porter or chocolate stout. Then we used Hefeweizen, and then one time I recruited some people from the Brewers Guild, and then we tried it. Then we threw fresh bananas in there to bring the banana flavor out because you didn't get the esters we didn't have time or whatever. But I get that. And the funny thing is, when this was an experiment beer, we called it Boom Goes the Dynamite. It could be good or it could be bad.
Yeah. This might be controversial, but I would be tempted to maybe play around with lactose in this.
Yeah. But then I'll give you.
You know me, I like. You know me, I like sweet stouts.
Yeah, I do too.
One of my next beers
Yeah.
I'm going to be doing is going to be a milk stout.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
like my whole what? Go ahead.
Go ahead, Paulie.
My whole brew schedule now is like I've actually after like this past 4 or 5 weeks with everything and everything's been actually kind of coming into my lap. Hopefully we'll see what happens. I'm just gonna keep brewing. So I'm actually revamping old recipes. I'm gonna make a milk stout that I haven't made in over 15 years. And I'm gonna go buy my notes from 15 years ago. I'm gonna plug them into my phone and see what happens. But I'm still gonna go with the original recipe because I know the flavor that I got out of that.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah. I don't know.
Brewing's fun again. Like we were talking about.
Yeah, exactly. Brewing is fun again. Yeah.
Yeah.
I enjoy it. I mean, granted, because I work at a local homebrew store and we get these idiots that decide to have a wine class and we're going to bring a dozen fucking people in on one day that I'm working. Jason, you heard the story already. I'm going to stop. But yeah, I had it was kind of funny.
It's a good one, George.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, I could go on the rant right now, but I'll tell you in person. So yeah, it's long story short, this guy comes in. He's doing a home winemaking class, and he comes in at 10 o'clock, and he's got a dozen people with him, and they're trying to
at 10 o'clock.
Right when we
10 o'clock
open,
at night. Oh, right when you open. Oh, okay.
Right when we open. Like, I was actually running late that day. I was like a few minutes behind because whatever. And I'm driving by. I'm like, why is there like 9 cars in the parking lot? I walk in there. There's people with carts and buying stuff. I'm like, I look at my buddy. I'm like, what is going on here? He's like, I got no idea. And then he kind of passed it off on to me. And, well, you know, because we're a two-sided store, garden and brewing, and I figured out the wine stuff. But long story short, we just got our ingredients shipped to us, and he bought us out of a few things for the next 2 or 3 weeks, and then and then he told everybody to buy things, and I noticed things that I was like, maybe these people need to know this. So, like, bottom line, the guy didn't know what a hydrometer was, and or a test jar, or I'm trying not. I'm gonna say it. Or difference between cleaner and sanitizer. He thought potassium sorbate was a sanitizer in wine.
No.
Right? And you're teaching people this.
Yeah. Oh, man.
You know, I'm not trying to knock anybody, but this is a time, like, you know, working at a store, trying to, you know, being a brewer. I'm sorry. I had
That's all right. Sorry. But, you know, so the question really is, did they know to say Jason, promo code Jason at checkout to get a discount? Because, you know.
Because they're buying wine shit. And I've actually had I had one customer come in and say that because I know him and I know
did you?
I did have one customer come in and say that. I'm like, all right, smart man. Here's your get your discount. Just go.
Promo code Jason?
Yeah.
How am I just learning about this now?
Well,
who the hell was it?
I'm not going to tell you. To be honest.
Why not?
I'll tell you in person. I won't tell you.
Okay, please do. I love this. This is amazing. I can't believe I'm not learning about this until here on the webcast.
Well, that's what
You think you would call me right afterwards and be like, Jason, you won't believe what just happened. All right, I've said my piece.
I get it. That's what I do. You want me to drop a bomb? I'm going to drop a bomb right now, right here. What happened?
So that's another reason to turn into the webcast is you learn all those things that I don't hear about during the week. Even if you're one of the hosts of the show.
It's more fun that way.
I got high after work and I forgot. And it just dawned on me now.
See, I believe that.
Oh, okay.
I hope you're sitting down, people.
Oh, man.
All right.
Anyway, we were on a legitimate home brewing topic.
We were. I didn't know. I didn't know a homebrew.
We were.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah.
So what do you guys think? Do you think the Belgian stout is a crazy idea, or do you think it'll play?
So I think it's well worth. Yeah, I think take a shot at it. I think it's well worth it. I think it's well worth giving a try. I think you would. I think you were just getting logged back in when I said this, but I'll throw this out to you. I think a small lactose addition is worth considering.
Yeah,
Now,
and honestly, I was considering it more as a milk stout than a dry stout.
Okay, all right. Oh wow. Okay, so we're on the same page.
Probably a final gravity of 10, 15, 10, 17s, targeting something like that.
Yeah. So to do that, you'd have to be real light on the lactose because that chocolate malt is not fermentable. So that's going to drive up the final number.
Yeah, that's true.
Cocoa nibs.
So you think maybe you should be target a higher final gravity? Like
well,
10, 20?
That would be easier to work with if you were comfortable with a higher final, like 10, 20, or even like 10, 22. If you were serious about getting that low, you'd have to be very careful about your volumes.
Well, my concern with getting it too high is I don't want the sweetness of the lactose in the sweet stout to mask the banana flavors from the esters for the Belgian, in the yeast, because I really want that sweet chocolate banana melding. So I don't want it to be too high of a final gravity.
Okay. So just be very careful about your volumes.
Yeah. I'm going to run it through Beersmith, run an idea through Beersmith and send it over to you and see what you think.
I would
Maybe
play
we can
around.
talk about it on the next show.
I would play around with like 6 ounces of lactose. That's probably a baseline.
Yeah.
To start with.
Yeah, no more than half a pound in my mind.
Yeah. Because no, I hear what you're saying about the esters, and I agree with you that I think you would run the risk of overwhelming the beer and masking those esters. So yeah, I mean I do think that, I think for this to be right, I think you're going to have to nail what that balance is going to be. And I think if you veer away from that balance, I think it's going to be a swing and a miss. Or you may just end up with a sweet stout.
Did you ever watch Arrested Development?
No.
No? Okay. So there's a reoccurring line between father and son in that there's always money in the banana stand, and so that's what I was thinking of.
Money in the banana stand? What?
Yeah, if you watch it, you'd understand. There's always money in the bananas. He actually lined the walls of the banana stand with money, but the son thought it was some metaphor, and anyway, it was a whole thing. But anyway, so because what they sold was chocolate covered bananas, and so
Oh.
I was thinking of because that's the kind of feel that I'm kind of going for with it.
And here I am, just me. You ever see Wayne's World when Garth is left alone on the couch and he's like, oh, oh. Yeah, that's kind of how this is.
I'm having fun.
Not.
Yeah. Hey, speaking of old movies, we watched the first couple episodes of Cobra Kai yesterday.
It's amazing, isn't it?
It is pretty good, and I'm very happy they acknowledged the fact that Daniel LaRusso is a cheating cheater who cheated and kicked him in the face.
Do you really believe that?
Yes, absolutely I do. He kicked him in the face.
Okay. All right.
Oh, this is getting
All right,
worse.
now
Jason.
we can transform into a Cobra Kai webcast right now. I'm totally fine with that. Honestly, like
No, I am enjoying the show.
Yeah.
Honestly, they did a good job with it.
I love it. I didn't expect to. Like I thought it was going to be good, and it's far exceeded anything that I expected from it.
What rabbit hole we going down now?
Yeah, and they're doing
Cobra
a good
Kai.
job of doing a lot of.
Oh, Cobra! Oh God, we
Cobra
started
Kai?
this again.
Yeah, we did. We did start this a few weeks ago. It's amazing.
Have you gotten? Have you gotten all the
I
way
was telling
through it?
Jason that.
No, I have not. No, George,
not all the
George
way,
just
no.
started
And
it too.
Yeah, and I was
Okay.
telling Jason that at least they acknowledged that Daniel LaRusso is a cheating cheater that cheated and kicked him in the face. So.
Oh my God, have you seen all the YouTube conspiracy fucking things about this?
I've heard about those. I've not
I've
dove
watched
into it.
them.
I've
I've
not
actually
seen them.
watched them. Oh, it's kind of funny because they're out there, and they break down the whole movie. How you know, Danielson is the enemy in this.
He's a bully. Yeah.
Yep.
He stole the girlfriend and
Yeah.
bullied
yeah.
him and then
Fucking
cheated in the last round, like George is saying. Yeah.
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 Oh, all I gotta say is season 3 has not started yet. So
right.
get through because I've watched first 2 seasons. Get through it and then we'll talk about it after that.
Yeah.
I do not. I have no idea where you're at. I don't want to give spoilers or anything.
Yeah. I think I'm still in the first season. I think I'm like 7 episodes in. And I have no idea what happens in season 2, but I will say this, and I'm not spoiling anything by saying this. I am so impressed with how they've portrayed both Johnny and Daniel as both sympathetic and also slightly flawed characters.
Okay, so
There's a very even balance, like to with both of them.
So okay, I agree with that to a point, but the way I look at this show, the 2 series, it's the exact opposite of between the movies and the first movie and the series. So Johnny was local, he had money, he had this and that, and here comes Danielson as and now here it is afterwards, and now it's the exact fucking opposite.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
So I thought that was funny about it.
Yeah. I didn't think of that, but that's a very good point. Yeah. They both did flip flop from their origins.
Yep. I mean, it wasn't their origin. It was their origin, and now here they are 30 years later in life. Because, I mean, come on. They're all old, and, they're doing what they got to do.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. We're doing another Karate Kid rabbit hole.
I don't think we went down that deep last time.
Yeah, I know.
Because I mean, you had seen it, but you were the only one.
Yeah, I know.
Now
I
here
know.
we are. Now we've
So, hey guys, I hate to do this to you, but I have to finish packing for a trip tomorrow, and my connection's getting worse anyway. So I think I'm gonna bail out for tonight.
well. Let's go ahead and sign off then.
Just wrap it up.
Yeah.
Oh, no, you guys can
no.
keep going.
Hang out. Actually, no. There's only one thing left to cover. And I'll just first we'll just send out our links. So we do the webcast here every Thursday at 6 p.m. Central Time, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Thank you everybody for tuning in. Our website is www.aniceplacetobrew.com. All of our past episodes are available on our YouTube page. We do the webcast every Thursday. Going back to the beginning of the quarantine, we were doing 2 episodes a week for a long time, so we've developed quite a library. We have a podcast under the name A Nice Place to Brew. It's available everywhere, and we have a webcast. And we have a website, www.aniceplacetobrew.com. And there's only one. George is back. Come on. He's got to come back. Paulie, just you be with me here.
It takes a lot of good beer to make great beer.
No.
Oh.
No?
No. All right. I think that's everything. We raise a glass before we send one last send out, and we say, "Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear George. Happy birthday to you. 39 years young tomorrow. Happy birthday, my friend."
Birthday, brother.
Thank you, guys. Yeah.
And it takes a lot of good beer to make great beer.
Cheers. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.